Idees. Welcome everybody, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I hereby open the combined public sitting of the Examination Committees for Business Information Systems and Embedded Systems. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Mark van den Brand. I'm full professor of software engineering and also Vice Dean of the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, and I'm, as Vice Dean, responsible for the educational processes within our department. And that's also, let's say, the reason why I'm standing here and address you as chair of this public sitting. It's a pleasure to welcome you and the candidates for this graduation event. We are, as a department, proud of the fact that today a lot of students will get the degree of Master of Science. We offered these students a rich variety of high-level courses, given by excellent teachers and a challenging graduation project. These ingredients have prepared all these graduates well for their future career. Candidates, I sincerely hope that you enjoyed your university and your challenging educational program. The Exam Committee for Business Information Systems has assessed the work of the following candidate. Twan Braamse, and you will be addressed a bit later because your supervisor is not here yet. Okay, sorry. Antonios Manzaris, Wessel Prins. The Exam Committee for Embedded Systems has assessed the work of the following candidates. Elko Kuipers, Aswat Ganassa, Ruben Gueran Marin, Mohamed El Harji, Gaurav Riana, Tim Winkel. Gentlemen, candidates Master of Science, you have all passed your examination and will therefore soon be confirmed your degrees of Master of Science in Business Information Systems or Embedded Systems. This degree entitles you to use the titles Master of Science and, in Dutch, Ingenieur. I will ask your supervisors to address you one by one, and the first will be for Twan.
Congratulations, Twan.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Today you receive your master thesis diploma. That is the reward of a few years of your hard work of studies. Twan's thesis was about crime sentiment in social media, Facebook, Twitter, blogs. Therefore, Twan analyzed safety feelings or insecurity feelings in the texts that concerned crime. This was a complex, difficult problem. It contains crime that is not an easy subject. It contains also emotions that are hard to read. And thirdly, Twan focused on one specific and difficult emotion, namely fear. The results are that Dutch people, you are brave. They or you don't get easily intimidated by crime and violence. Congratulations, Twan, and thanks for your brave fight with this problem. I wish you all the best for the future. Thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Elko, let me first congratulate you on your graduation. I remember that you joined us in IMEC on February 2015. We defined a project together along with Majid. We agreed to topic on the deterministic networking. You were so eager and enthusiastic in your work. You were also involved in building our wireless sensor network in IMEC. I remember that once you had a problem to provide, that we have a problem to provide time stamping feature in wireless sensor network. You solved our problem with your solution. You also were successful in working in hardware. In fact, you even find a mistake in WiseMode platform. You were open to new skills and ideas. During your project, you improve your C programming skills. And you don't hesitate to learn new programming languages such as Python. You also join our colleagues to attend in different workshops in IMEC. In your personal life, you voluntarily worked with children to do camping and outing. During your internship, you had both happy and challenging moments, which you managed to handle those situations very well. Your work is of high quality, which is reflected on your good grade in your thesis. I, and also on behalf of IMEC, wish you success in both your personal and professional life. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dear Ashwat, I will address you on behalf of Lou Somers, who is unfortunately not able to address you in person, and he regrets this tremendously.
Yeah.
The data path of a printer is a software pipeline. So Lou Somers is working, by the way, at OC, so it's about printing. Although that it's not in the title, but it is about printers, and not the small printers you have at home, but printers that are quite big. So the data path of a printer is a software pipeline that transforms the input file, for example a PDF, into commands that specify for every moment in time, for every nozzle in an inkjet printhead, so that are these small things for which you have to buy these very expensive things if you have these ones of HP, whether it has to emit a drop of ink or not. Because the images can be very big, several square meters even, and the printhead may contain thousands of nozzles which fire in high frequency, it's obvious that very large amounts of data have to be handled quickly. To give an example, 5,000 nozzles firing at 50 kilohertz means 250 megabits information produced per second. That's quite a lot of data. In order to get an idea of the throughput of the proposed data path, it would be nice to have a tool to evaluate the performance for different hardware-software scenarios up front before you really implement such a data path, because implementation in hardware is quite expensive. Such a tool had been implemented already in Java by Martijn Hendricks from TNO, but the System C environment had the promise to be a much more natural fit for such simulations. Your task has been to find out the pros and cons of this route, and you have done a good job indeed. You have confirmed that System C, in several variants, is indeed reasonably well suited for this job, leading to a simpler simulator implementation. However, you also discovered that its performance is lacking. And as a side result, you also delivered a pure C++ implementation, which, after some effort, proved to be much faster than the original Java implementation. Ashwat, You have shown to be able to master non-trivial programming environments. You have shown very good presentation skills when disseminating the results and the findings of your work to others in a clear and a concise way. And after some misunderstanding at your first presentation about room size and beamer availability, you also have shown good organizational skills. During your project, you've been working very hard and accurate. Sometimes you tended to be a little bit too optimistic about the time it would take to solve difficult problems, but we do that also. That's no exception. But in the end, your planning turned out to be okay. In short, you have shown to be a good engineer, and to conclude, Lou Somers wishes you much success in your future career, starting at Topic Embedded Systems, and I also wish you a good career.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Dear Ruben, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Your Master of Science diploma, and you are now allowed to carry the title of ingenieur for the rest of your life. You have performed your thesis work at ProDrive Technology, a high-tech company in the northern part of Eindhoven, guided by Bas van der Ven. And I would like to thank Bas. I haven't seen him yet, but I would like to thank him for his guidance during your thesis work. At ProDrive, you've worked on the implementation of gigabit EtherCAT, or an EtherCAT slave, to be more precise. Ethernet is something that probably most of you have heard of. It's the cable that you connect, say, between your television or your PC at home to the modem. But this is not Ethernet, or actually this is a particular flavor of Ethernet. It's the industrial flavor, if you like. It's EtherCAT, and CAT is control automation technology. It's used in factories. I can imagine that ASML would be very much interested in using EtherCAT for wafer handling. It's used by the military, it's used in spacecrafts. And an important capability of Ethernet and EtherCAT in this case is a very high throughput. You can transport about 1 billion bits. We were 250 million bits in the previous presentation. Well, this is about 1 billion bits per second. But there's another feature of EtherCAT, and that is individual messages or individual packets have a guaranteed delivery time. It's not like you don't know about the mail, will it arrive tomorrow or will it arrive next week? No, the packet will arrive within a few microseconds, and that's the key point of EtherCAT. And that was also the challenge we identified for Ruben together with ProDrive. Build an EtherCAT slave, hardware, software, that can support 1 gigabit per second and can deliver all the packets with a guaranteed microsecond time frame. Well, you were quite eager. You were very eager to get going. It was you yourself who contacted ProDrive for a master thesis position. You also contacted me if I would be interested to supervise the work from the TUE side. You started there in June, I believe. It was first working through lots of documentation. What is Ethernet about? What is EtherCAT? How do you build the software? How do you build the hardware? And it was also eagerness where in the summer you presented the results of the so-called pre-study. And eagerness here means 46 slides in 30 minutes. That was gigabit rate. Low latency was a bit more of a challenge, and I must admit at times Bas van der Ven, the supervisor at ProDrive, and I were a little bit worried about your drive, about the progress. And in the end we also had to postpone the conclusion of the work by a month or so. But you delivered. You delivered a working EtherCAT slave. At least most of the functionality could be demonstrated to work, and the latency, the delivery time of the packets, is world-class. And these are quite encouraging results, and these are results that deserve a follow-up. Dear Ruben, you can be proud of your achievements. And I'm confident that you can look forward to a bright and inspiring career. Once more, my sincere congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Dear Mohammed, in September 2014, a postdoc in my research group, Ehsan, told me that a master's student who may help him for the project called ProHeal was available. Later, you sent me an email saying that you are interested in doing the project about proactive failure prevention in smart environments. You did a nice preparation study with us for 2 months, and after which you started your work on finding redundant data sources in smart environments. First of all, let me briefly talk about the ProHeal project that gave an inspiration for your topic, since there's an interesting story behind it. In 2012, the ProHeal project proposal submitted by 21 European partners from 6 countries: Netherlands, Romania, Finland, Spain, Turkey, and South Korea. Not so much in Europe, but South Korea was a last-minute addition, by the way, which will become important later. Was accepted by the European authority, ITEA, in 2013. The ProHeal, short for Automated Protection and Healing Software Solutions, aimed at creating methodologies, software, tools, and hardware infrastructure for producing self-management systems on top of Internet of Things. This acceptance by ITEA actually meant that we are now allowed to compete with other projects that are in the same situation in our local countries. In the Netherlands, we did a good job. So we convinced our government that they could invest taxpayers' money in our project. It didn't happen so in Finland, Spain, and Turkey. So they dropped out, sadly. And in Romania, the situation was complicated. It still is. 1.5 years till the end of the project, we'll see. But the rule in the Netherlands is that you need an international consortium to use the funding. And luckily, we have that together with the South Korea partnership. So now we are down from 6 countries to 2, from 21 partners to 3. And that actually, on the one hand, reduced the scope and the impact of the project, but on the other hand, it focused it so much that we are making so much useful things. And your work was one of those works. After talking to you, we decided to do the project with you, and I'm happy we did that. You did a very good job. Your work significantly improves the state-of-the-art in dependability of smart environment applications. What makes your work unique is that it's application independent, which actually gets the companies very excited about using it. This was one of the actually most interesting results according to the project reviewers in the last review round. Furthermore, we are still in the process of writing a scientific article based on your work, which is also in itself a significant achievement. Dear Mohammed, I will remember you as a positive person who is very hardworking. You always smile. You're a fun person. Stay fun. You manage to smile every day through both criticism and appraisal, the latter being dominant in our communication. And I enjoyed our meetings, also the ones that we had on the train from Utrecht. And I wish you all the success in your career. I'm sure your family and friends are proud of you, and they should be. And congratulations.
Dear Antonius, it's my great pleasure to congratulate you on your graduation, and I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. So looking back at our collaboration, I realized that our first contact was even before me joining here TU Eindhoven. You sent me a welcoming email saying that I have heard that starting next week you are going to be a member of Information System Group at TU Eindhoven, and I have already secured a graduation project with the company Mahler Stork, and I'm currently looking for a supervisor, and for that reason I would like to meet you. So we met, and we discussed the potentials of your project, and we had our first meeting, and just 2 days after I started my new job, and you became my first master's student at TU Eindhoven. Your project was on a very interesting topic, predicting the amount of breast caps, or the size of the fillet, in chickens in the Mahler store. So you investigated the relationship between the breast cap weight of a broiler or a chicken and visual measurements of the body, so areas, distances between shoulders, or total, and along with this total weight by using different data mining techniques. And the analysis was based on data recordings generated by systems there. So collecting the data was not easy at all, and you did not rest until you had a considerable amount of data which were relevant. You planned and went to poultry processor, collect data several times, and talked to various experts in the company. In the end, you found a model that could predict the breast cap weight in the broiler industry based on total weight of a chicken and a specific appearance of chicken. Basically, if the chicken is tall or thin, or bulky and short. Last but not least, a focus group took place in which all the latest part of your study was presented, and experts reacted quite positively to your approach and confirmed the industrial relevance of your findings. I found working with you quite rewarding. You were hardworking and consistent. And most importantly, you truly cared about the quality of your work. You carried out your work with precision, and you improved your knowledge of data mining quite enthusiastically. You started with analyzing the data related to chicken sizes and weight, and now you're going to take up the next challenge and predict the user's hotel behavior in Trivago. I wish you all the best with your new challenge and career. Engineer Manzares, again, congratulations on receiving your master thesis from TU Eindhoven, from my side, and also all your other supervisors. Congratulations.
Ja, bedankt. Ja, geachte ingenieur, beste Wessel. Bij een diploma-uitreiking zoals deze is het altijd leuk om eens terug te kijken in de e-mail, wanneer je nou voor het eerst met een student in contact bent gekomen. En ik moet zeggen, ik kwam op een interessante e-mail uit 2010. Begin 2010, toen jij hier nog bachelorstudent was. En daarin, er was een mail gestuurd door mijzelf aan Mels van Broekhoven, ik weet niet of hij aanwezig is, waarin ik hem beschuldig van fraude, van het feit dat hij jouw werk gekopieerd zou hebben. Die mail had ik echter nooit verstuurd. Het bleek te gaan om een vrij slechte uitgevoerde 1 april grap van een van jouw collega-studenten, wiens naam ik nu niet zal noemen, want hij moet binnenkort ook afstuderen. Maar toen kwam je al eigenlijk in mijn e-mail voor. Vervolgens heb je na je bachelor informatica gekozen om de BIS-master te gaan doen. En toen werd je ook meteen actief op politiek vlak. En ik heb even gekeken naar jouw historie als student. Je hebt 5 jaar over je bachelor gedaan. Toen ben je ongetwijfeld heel actief geweest met dingen die niet op je cv staan. Maar in je masteropleiding ben je actief geworden met allerlei zaken die wel op je cv terecht zijn gekomen. En waar ook straks nog even iets over gezegd zal worden. Je bent lid geweest van de medezeggenschapsorganen van de TU, zowel op universitair niveau, de universiteitsraad. Je bent een tijdje fractievoorzitter geweest. En ik kan u sinds kort verzekeren dat dat heel wat tijd kost. En je bent ook nog faculteitsraadslid geweest, al was het volgens mij een kortere periode. Dat is 2 jaar. Ook 2 jaar, ja. Het laat zien dat je betrokken bent, in ieder geval bent geweest bij de organisatie. En ook dat vond ik in mijn mailbox terug. Ergens begin van het collegejaar 13-14 ben jij betrokken geweest bij een focusgroep BIS. Ik weet niet of je dat nog kunt herinneren. Een club studenten die buiten de reguliere kanalen om zich op zich hadden genomen om zich eens te gaan bemoeien met de inhoud van de masteropleiding. En zij hebben allerlei problemen geïnventariseerd en die doorgespeeld aan de coördinator, ondergetekende, die daar dus mee aan de slag mocht. Waarvoor dank. Maar ik denk dat het een goed startpunt is geweest om deze opleiding een boost te geven en weer net iets beter te worden dan voorheen. Ik vond het dus ook leuk dat toen je bij mij kwam om te kijken of je een afstudeeropdracht kon doen. Want ik dacht, eindelijk kan ik best wel eens aan het werk zetten. En daar ben je dan ook gaan doen. Je bent terechtgekomen bij de GGD Jeugdgezondheidszorg. Daar heb je van februari tot ongeveer november 2015 gezeten. U kent de GGD allemaal, daar hoef ik niks aan uit te leggen. Het is een instelling die echter door veranderende regels de laatste tijd toch wat anders en gestructureerder na moest gaan denken over hun bedrijfsprocessen. En de vraag was eigenlijk aan Wessel om eens te proberen te laten zien wat de TU in huis heeft om dat te regelen. Met behulp van wat data-analyse, inzicht krijgen in het gedrag van de organisatie. En dit was geen eenvoudige vraag om eigenlijk 2 redenen. Ten eerste bleek dat de GGD nog niet zo'n mooie procesondersteuning had, waardoor de data waar je mee moest werken nogal verspreid was. En je hebt dan ook heel wat gestoeid met het koppelen van spreadsheets, agendasystemen en gewoon losse tekstbestandjes. Maar met heel veel hulp vanuit de organisatie is dat gelukt. Maar het tweede, en misschien nog wel een groter probleem in een dergelijke organisatie, is dat men daar niet gewend was om feedback te ontvangen op basis van data. Een organisatie wordt vaak gestuurd door managers en die denken te weten hoe de zaak in elkaar zit. In de praktijk blijkt toch vaak, als je naar de data gaat kijken, dat de zaken net iets anders lopen. En al vrij snel na jouw eerste analyses, jouw eerste gesprekken, bleek dat jij dit goed aanvoelde. Je wist op de juiste manier nuanceringen aan te brengen bij plaatjes. En ik herinner me nog goed dat je een plaatje liet zien waarin over de tijd uitgezet was het aantal dossieropeningen per tijdseenheid. En dat begon om 8:30 's morgens. Dan gingen de eerste dossiers werden opengemaakt. En het ging hier om de dossiers van schoolartsen. En dat eindigde zo rond 3:30 met een dip zo rond 12:30. En eventjes was ik toen bang dat je zou zeggen, nou, typisch ambtenaren. Het begint zo rond 9 uur, maar om 3:30 is iedereen naar huis. Gelukkig deed je dat niet en wist je keurig netjes ook externe factoren te betrekken in je analyses en duidelijk uit te leggen dat dit een mooi effect was van de schooltijden. Een schoolarts werkt immers op een basisschool die om 3:30 nou eenmaal dicht gaat. Ik denk dat je voor de GGD waardevolle inzichten hebt gegeven in hun processen en zij waren dan ook zeer tevreden over jouw inbreng. Ik wil als universiteit en namens de universiteit de GGD bij deze graag van harte bedanken voor hun begeleiding. Het is alweer enkele maanden geleden dat je afstudeerde. Toen wist je nog niet zo goed wat je wilde gaan doen. Inmiddels zag ik op je LinkedIn dat je een eigen bedrijf hebt. Maar misschien is dat inmiddels outdated. Dus ik hoop dat je een mooi carrièrepad hebt gekozen. En ik wens je alle succes in de toekomst. En ook ik mag, net als mijn voorgangers, jou dit ding overhandigen. Maar in tegenstelling tot mijn voorgangers ga ik even uitleggen wat dit is. Het stelt de schuine streep voor uit het logo van de universiteit. Dus dan moet ik hem zo houden volgens mij voor de kijkers thuis. En het is een koker om het diploma opgerold in te bewaren. Zodat het papieren hoesje kan weg, maar het diploma krijgt een mooie ereplaats op een bureau. Nogmaals, proficiat.
Dear Gaurav, it's already quite some time ago, I think, that you came to us asking for an assignment. And it happened that one of my former PhD students, Yi Van Hey, he was actually then working at Recor, which is a company in Enschede in the area of processor design, advanced processors, so computing. And he had an interesting assignment for you, and you liked the idea. And the idea was actually to map, and now I'm using a word CNNs, but I'm going to explain it in a moment. It's a kind of application used for vision to new platforms. And in particular to complex, we call it heterogeneous platforms, and also that I will give you some background on that. It has also to do actually with common life. In common life, we today see that we have cameras everywhere. Yeah, you have cameras in your home for security, monitoring your kids if they're still doing well. In your car, for instance, if you drive in the back and not hitting another car behind you. But also for more advanced cars, for traffic sign detection, lane detection, and everything, you name it. And in the future, maybe even autonomous driving. And also outside, our streets in Eindhoven are full of cameras, shopping malls, traffic controls. Maybe even if you entered here with by car, the TOE, then likely you have to get a ticket, but employees don't have to do that. Their number plate is detected by a camera, at least if it works correctly, which is not always the case. Anyway, many of these cameras actually are human-controlled and inspected, but there is certainly a trend to do that all automatically, so do the recognition of images and video in an automated way. However, up till recently, humans did a much better job there than computer programs. But that changed. The world changed, actually. Since about 2-3 years, there is a lot of stuff going on what is called deep learning networks that are actually kind of neural networks, work like your brain, but then simulated on a computer program. And since about 2013, they outperform human beings. They outperform us in recognizing, for instance, this object, a difficult object. And they are doing that better today, which is quite an achievement. Maybe you heard even that a few weeks ago that they were beating even the Go champion of Europe, and in a month I think they will try to even beat the world champion. And Go is one of the most complex games there is, much more complex than chess. Chess, we have done this already many years ago. Okay, so that's about deep learning, and this application you got was in that range. It was a deep learning application for traffic sign, face detection, and so on. But the point is these programs need enormous computing requirements. So you cannot do that easily on your smartphone because either it gets too hot or your battery is drains in a few minutes, or it's just there is not enough performance for that. And that's where you came in the picture, and also Recore, because they were very interested in that application, but then on newer platforms. For instance, like their FlexiWare platform, and later on you also tried that on a multi-Intel platform, the Xeon Phi, with up to 60 or 70 cores, actually on a single square centimeter roughly. Now, your research was not without troubles. Yes. So there were actually many difficulties to overcome. It was a complicated environment. You have to do your research. You had to learn new platforms like this Recore FlexiWare, and that was also a new platform for Recore, by the way. So not everything was perfect yet. Many new tools which now and then did not work, and so on. So a lot of hurdles, but also other type of problems, like, for instance, you were supervising getting ill for a long time. Now, all this meant that you needed somewhat more time and finish the last part at TOE. But actually, then I saw you very closely working, and you kept going. You always kept going. You were very determined to reach the end goal, making long days. Very long days, actually. I can tell you that because I'm typically starting late, but I'm also ending late, one of the last persons typically on our floor. But I did not succeed to keep that record when Gaurav was at our floor. Actually, I had almost to throw him out of the building, literally. And in the end, you reached your goal. So that's why you deserve actually your master's degree today. Proficiat with that, Gaurav. I would like to thank also the RECORE people, in particular Gerard Rauberda and Yi van Hey, but also one of our own PhD students, almost finishing, Maurice Payman, which was really helpful with lots of in-depth discussion about this complex algorithm and how to map that. Gaurav, I wish you a very bright future, taking advantage of all the things you learned at TUE and, of course, especially the last year. And I would also thank you for your contributions to our research, because we learned also a lot for this new type of platforms. Gaurav, proficiat again, and I also give you this.
Thank you.
Tim, ik mag je ook dit overhandigen.
Dank u wel.
Beste Tim, I'm going to give this laudatio in English because your supervisor is Dr. Majid Nabi. And he could not be present. He is in a foreign country at the moment, so he cannot be here today. But actually he wrote down a few words for you, and it's my pleasure to read it for you, to present this today. Dear Tim, on this joyful day, I, and that's Professor Majid Nabi, have the honor to give you the master's degree of the Embedded Systems program. In March 2015, last year, you contacted me and showed your interest in doing your master project in the field of wireless sensor networks. I recommended you to Dr. Bart Vermeulen from NXP Semiconductors. He had a related project in the area of vehicle, so car applications. After interviewing with you, we decided to ask you to start your master preparation phase to further show us your skills. 1 month later, you had shown your interest, hard-working spirit, and also good technical skills. Thus, the project was offered to you. Your project included the design and development of a comprehensive set of experiments for evaluating the performance of a new wireless standard for in-car, in-vehicle applications. To develop the required hardware and software platforms and make them ready for the final experiments, you needed to communicate with people from other branches of NXP, even outside the Netherlands. Your success in this part revealed your great communication skills. In your project, you perfectly automated the procedures to carry out the experiments, which turned out to be very, very robust. The results of your project showed your enthusiasm, hard working, solid background, and great technical skills. You were well organized, respected all schedules. Don't know many students will do that actually. All meetings and all deadlines. So he respected them all. It was really a pleasure for us to work with you in the past 9 months. Dear Tim, to conclude, I would like to congratulate you and your family with your achievements and wish you the best in life and your future education or career. Proficiat again, Tim.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, graduates, family members, friends, and other attendees. Let me start with introducing myself. My name is Tim Mehlers, and this year I'm the chairman of GWIS, which is the Study Association for Computer Science and Mathematics. Well, let's stop there about GWIS. Today's an important day. Today's an important day for you guys. You just got your diplomas. Today's an important day to your family because you got your diplomas. But today is also a very important day in mankind. Today, 47 years ago, Mariner 6 was launched. And to be honest, before yesterday, I did not have a clue what Mariner 6 was, and probably you don't know that either. But Mariner 6 was very important to us because we launched Mariner 6 today, the 25th of February, on a route to Mars. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mariner 6 was a rocket. This rocket was launched to do research to study the surface and atmosphere of Mars. Yeah, I needed to read that out. And as we all know, research was also a very important part of your studies to get the degree that you just got. But Mariner 6 was part of the very first dual mission, together with, you could have guessed, Mariner 7. So these two rockets cooperated, and cooperation is something that this university finds very important. And cooperation is a skill that you learned during your studies up here. Not only a skill that is great during your studies and that led to your diplomas, but also a skill that is handy for the rest of your lives. But Mariner 6 has prepared. It has done research on Mars, it has prepared for Mariner 7, and that's also what you did up here. You prepared yourself for the rest of your lives. And at last, Mariner 6 and Mariner 7, they flew. Mariner 6 flew to Mars, and that's also what you can do. You can fly and reach any place that you guys would like to reach. Because, bear in mind, only 7 in 100 people in the Netherlands get their master degree. But in this mission, during this mission, of course, we wanted to explore. It was an explorative mission. Everybody would like to know whether there's other life in space. It's the big question that we still all have. And exploring, it's in our nature. From childhood, boys and girls wanted to explore. We wanted to explore the forests. We wanted to explore, the Pokemon worlds that we all played. Yeah, great. And we wanted to explore any other games, Mario, which most of you must know by now. Now we're exploring space. I guess we can explore anything. And please, go back to your childhood. And start exploring again. Start exploring what you can do in your future. Concluding, a great achievement from all of you. I was at a graduation in Tilburg 2 weeks ago, and somebody told me, one of the teachers told me, you can be unashamedly proud of yourself. So please be unashamedly proud of yourself. And not only you, also your family members, friends, all be very proud of these people sitting here. And I am, in name of Gewis, very proud of you too. Gewis has been a sort of a second home for you guys in the past years, for some more than for the others probably. And I hope that you will always find your way to Gewis when you want to join us. But what Gewis is at this very moment cannot be done without board members and without former board members. And ladies and gentlemen, you're lucky, we have a former board member in the room. So I'll switch to Dutch to make it a bit more informal. I hope you will excuse me for that. And Wessel, could you please come forward? Wessel, goedemiddag. Goedemiddag. Wessel, je was PR-functionaris van het 30ste bestuur. Dat is ondertussen 4 jaar voor mij. Maar ik denk misschien dat ik hier nooit had gestaan zonder jou. Nou, waarom zeg ik dit? Je was natuurlijk de adviseur van de vorming van het 34ste bestuur. Het bestuur waar ik in zit. Dus ja, dat ik jou hier nu toe mag spreken, dank je wel daarvoor. Wessel, ik heb een beetje zo rondgevraagd over jou. Wat gebeurt er nou in jouw leven? Wat gebeurde er nou afgelopen jaren? Ik heb gehoord dat jij een hele interessante manier hebt van op vakantie gaan. Er is ooit een groep geweest die jullie graag als dispuut zagen, maar misschien nooit officieel zo geworden zijn. Ik voelde wat tensie toen dit besproken werd in de gewisruimte, dus laat ik het daar niet al te veel over hebben. Maar jullie gingen op vakantie met z'n allen, bij je ouders in de tuin. Toch? Ja, precies. Echt de perfecte plek. Je hebt je minor gedaan in Zweden. Ja. Ik gehoord embedded systems. Tof. Ja, het gras is voor mijn voeten weggemaaid. FR, nou joepie, jee. Groep 1, netjes dat je dat hebt gedaan. De commissies, nou ja, je was PR-functionaris, dat je dan plaatsneemt in C4. C4 is de commissie die vroeger de PR-functionaris ondersteunde. Ja, tof. Ik sprak met Boor en die zei dat zeker gezwem toch niet mocht ontbreken. Zeker. Een legendarische commissie waar wij elk jaar gewoon weer een meter zullen zeilen. Supremum heb je gedaan, Geparel, het lustrum van 5 jaar geleden, als ik dat goed zeg? Ja. Gebouw, waardoor je eigenlijk gewoon hebt gezorgd dat de ruimte waarin wij nu zitten, waar u natuurlijk altijd welkom bent, er zo mooi uitziet als hij er nu uitziet. We hebben veel aan je te danken. Wessel, ik heb je SUSOS-statistieken bij me.
Oké.
Ik vind het altijd leuk om het favoriete product te noemen. Favoriete producten van bestuurders worden natuurlijk altijd heel typisch gezien als, ja, die zijn alleen maar bier aan het drinken. Dat klopt. Grolsvaasje, je favoriete product. Ja, verder. De rest is misschien enigszins wat beschamend, dus laat ik dat weglaten. We hebben, wat altijd leuk is om nog een paar bekende uitspraken van je te noemen en die totaal buiten context te trekken. Dus dat ga ik ook vooral nog even doen. Wessel, als bestuurder, die was het natuurlijk, dan is het belangrijkste wat jouw vereniging draaiende houdt, dat zijn je leden, toch?
Tuurlijk.
Ja, precies. Nou, gelukkig vond jij dat ook. Je zei namelijk, kan gewis niet vaker mensen royeren, want ik vind dat woord zo leuk. Nou, en je invloed, dit is eigenlijk een positief punt. Je invloed als bestuurder, die was algemeen bekend. Zelfs de decaan, de toenmalige decaan, Ayek Cohen, die volgde je. Jij hield een speech over het grijpen van kansen. Hij zei toen, bedankt Wessel, mijn vrouw en ik gaan ons vanavond direct aanmelden voor Lingo. Nou, kijk, weet je, tv-ervaring, daar heb je volgens mij ook wat ervaring mee. Laten we het daar niet over hebben. Nee, precies. Nou, voor de kritische noten echter kunnen we wel altijd bij jou terecht. Je zei namelijk toen je uit het raam keek van onze prachtige nieuwe ruimte, het enige groene aan die groene loper is eigenlijk het water in de vijver. En tenslotte, je hebt natuurlijk vooral heel veel geleerd. Je hebt je masterdiploma net gehaald. Je hebt dus eigenlijk gewoon verstand. Je diploma is terecht. Want jij vroeg een tijdje geleden, wat is nou eigenlijk een algoritme? En toen zei Vincent, welke studie doe je? Jij met je schouders ophalend. Ja, precies. Dus ja, veel geleerd dit jaar. Of deze jaren, mooi. Nou Wessel, dit was natuurlijk een beetje gekheid op een stokje. Wat wij natuurlijk in conclusie willen doen is jou heel hartelijk bedanken voor alle inzet die je een jaar lang voor ons gedaan hebt. En ook daarbuiten in commissies en in raden. Dus vandaar dat je deze prachtige oorkonde van me krijgt.
Dank.
Alsjeblieft meneer. En ook namens de universiteit mag ik je de verklaring betreffende bestuursactiviteiten aanbieden.
Kijk, wat op.
Nou, gewoon nog een hand hè.
Nog een hand.
Mooi. Dankjewel Wessel.
Dank.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing left for me is to congratulate all the people sitting here again with this wonderful achievement. And just remember, may this only be a flight for the rest of your lives and that you can reach any place you want. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, Masters of Science, with reference to the words of the previous speakers and on behalf of the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, the Department of Industrial Engineering and Innovation Sciences, and Electrical Engineering, I would like to congratulate you and your family on your degree. I wish you every success and good fortune in your future careers. The university likes to keep in contact with its graduates. That's why we ask you to register in AlumniNet and become a member of one of our alumni associations. Well, more detailed information about this membership can be found in the letter enclosed. I don't have to explain the gadget that you got. Boudewijn already did that, otherwise I had an extra task. But before I conclude this session, I also have to say some serious words. That's traditionally, or that's since a few years, a tradition within this university. The scientific degree of master involves duties as well as rights. As a holder of this degree, you are committed to standards of scientific integrity, trustworthiness, intellectual honesty, openness, and independence. These standards are described in more detail in the Netherlands Code of Conduct for Scientific Practice and in the Eindhoven Code derived from it. You also have duties towards society. You must be clear about the boundaries of your own expertise, and you must communicate honestly and independently about the results of your work, including potential risks associated with it. You are committed to the ethical codes of research and design involving human subjects or animals. Before I close this meeting, I would like you later to form a row here so that the committee can congratulate you all We will leave by that door. The reception, so the audience, you can leave by that door because there the reception will take place and the drinks will be served. And we will take on that side a photo and come then to the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, outside this room, on that side, you will have the chance to congratulate the Masters of Science. Thank you for coming. And hereby I close the public sitting of the exam committees. Thank you.